Out of all the things in DayZ, nothing will empty a server quicker than its inevitable nightfall. But here I'll tell you everything you need to know, from items, strategy, and even techniques useful for mastering the night. If you like the video, please leave a like or a subscribe. It genuinely does help me out. You have no idea. But without further ado, let's get into the video. So it turns out it's way scarier when they don't attack you. One of the first things you need to understand is vertical placement in terms of vision. And by this I mean whenever you're on equal or higher ground, a street, a road, or especially a rooftop or fields, you make yourself a target by being a silhouette, even in a pitch black server. And this seems like common sense, but I can't tell you the amount of night kills I've gotten because of this issue. So always watch your environment, keep low, and never reveal your night outline, or you may just see the inside of a chalk one. Tree lines and walls are your friend. Couple this with dark clothing and you're ready to go. Then there's navigation. To navigate and even tell the time, all you need to do is use the stars. To find the North Star, which literally points to the north, just locate the Big Dipper. Once you do, follow the end of the hook. Drawing a line from these two stars will lead you straight to the North Star. And hey presto, you now know where north is. In addition to this, if you look directly up, you'll see the stars slightly move. They always move west, again, giving you your direction. He didn't see me. To be honest, I'm surprised I didn't hear the clench. Next, let's look at torches in a different light. Sometimes you need a light source, but these should be limited when possible. Starting from the basics, flares, torches, gas lamps, and headlamps are all too bright to be used. As effective as they are, they paint you as an easy target. There are, however, light sources that can be relied on in a desperate situation that offer a stealthier alternative. Red headlamps are great and allow you to turn them on and off immediately if you need to. Brooms are a lot dimmer than a rag torch. Glow sticks give off less light than a flare. Fire barrels are the best way to keep warm and cook food with none of the drawbacks of a campfire in a house. Pots and stoves are another way to not only cook but stay warm, as they give off very minimal light. But that doesn't mean there are no uses for any of the brighter light sources. First of all, you can place them in buildings and then camp it out, quickly showing any curious player that only cats have 9 lives. Alternatively, if you're held up in a building, if you place a torch against the wall, you can literally see when someone is about to storm, and place it right, it can blind them, especially on stairs, giving you an extra second advantage as they charge you. Lights can also distract and lure zombies. Still no. I've been sat here for 15 minutes. Another light source people often pay very little attention to is muzzle flash. And although suppressors can help with this, be aware that if you're firing from a window, most people will be able to identify where that room is. Maybe even with a grenade launcher or a frag. You're best switching rooms as soon as you fire, especially in the night. Don't get complacent and always use a suppressor. And keep in mind, a damaged suppressor can be restored to worn status using a gun cleaning kit. Sound is another thing you need to be aware of. In the dead of night, turning up your volume settings in the main menu and relying on headphones tunes you into your surroundings better than general play. Footsteps not only pan depending on what direction they come from, but they can change depending on their surface, meaning you can completely pinpoint the direction and location if you learn the different noises. To help combat this yourself, shoes made by combining 2 rags significantly reduce your footsteps, but they do wear down twice as fast as even freshy shoes, so watch them. Alternatively, if you find yourself without a pair of rag shoes, removing your boots for a short while to sneak around will lower your footsteps as well. Keep in mind your feet can become cut, and for a short indoor sneaking or incursion, this is perfect. But it's not just footsteps you need to watch for. Aggroed zombies can literally lead players to you in seconds. However, their night vision isn't as good as their day vision, so as long as you're slow and quiet, you can escape most areas without even being seen. Before the end of this, I promise you I will kill him. Or her, I'm not sexist. But you absolutely have to move slower in the night. If you run around top speed, you're surely to be shot. Like in real life, people's senses adjust to sound more when their vision is hindered, and you'll end up rushing into an early grave. Take it slow, plan your moves ahead, and be aware of your surroundings. Eventually you'll stop concentrating and it'll become muscle memory. And don't forget, you can crouch and run, maintaining at least some form of stealth. Just be careful when you're navigating the environment, because because things like bushes can make a lot of noise. One of the greatest, though rare, tools for night travel is night vision, rare on most servers but highly efficient. You can even get night vision scopes, and if you don't have a suitable gun, you can use it as a telescopic lens to still scout. Just be aware of lights. Which leads me to the gun torch. I always recommend having this attachment when possible, but never actually using it until absolutely necessary. This not only allows you to quickly flash scan a room or area in a desperate situation, just be sure to turn it on and off accordingly. Use it sparingly. Also remember, weapon attachments can affect weapon stability when in combat. So to avoid all this, you can just use the head torch and switch it on a lot quicker as well. And as for tools or optional extras, I love using the flare. The flare can not only reveal enemy locations in fields and towns, but can light up an entire area revealing points of interest. It can allure friends, lure enemies, or even be a major inconvenience to anyone hiding inside of a house. Nothing makes a player move quicker than lighting them up during a knife fight.
I think they just killed another player. Wow. That's embarrassing.
Also, note that during the day, many players will just flat out change server. This is both good and bad. Good because there are more opportunities during this time, bad because generally speaking, most people who stay through the night are experienced players. However, this is an optimal time to raid bases for a few reasons. First example, the owners are likely to not even be there, and if they are there, you'll likely see a light, and at the very least, you'll be able to approach and listen for movement, while all the time relying on the cover of darkness to get within breathing distance of them. But nothing reveals your location when sneaking more than being too loud, and this can be adversely affected by having unsuitable clothing, draining stamina too quickly, or because of weight or being too slow to react due to a cluttered inventory space. And for a way to help solve this and optimize your loadout to its optimal form, click here. And as always, until next time.
At this point, this is just me in a dark room for 20 minutes with a stranger and a semi. Well, that was anticlimactic.